So, are you a poet? Always examining words and battling with ideas within. Who are they? The poets. The beautiful poets who bring ideas into reality, who bring imaginations into factual beings that we can see and we can feel and we can touch. Or so can we? I do not know. But just know that poets are the literature, intellectual scientists. They are the poetry we've been dying to hear since our ancestors left. Poetry never changes. Poetry never dies. Poetry remains, but what changes is the system of doing the poetry. Poetry, like a song sung to our ears, makes all of life beautiful. Oh, if you can be a poet, you can be the listener. Who is a poet? A poet is a writer. A poet is a reciter. Is that what they told you? But what if I told you that a poet is the person who can communicate with paper and pen, even if they never get their voice heard? At least there will be somebody who will get their story heard. Stand up, right? Stand up, recite. Stand up, sing it out. You can start anywhere, it is your time. Welcome back to HK Saved by Grace. It's your girl HK here on Saved by Grace. And today I have something really sweet for you guys. Like really sweet for you guys. Like I want to share something with you. Yeah. So I'm pretty sure some of you actually get confused. If you've seen my introduction video, you actually be like, okay, I don't see any poetry in that video. My apologies. I don't know. I think when I started this channel I was a bit confused. But I think as time goes by I will rectify that error and do something about it, because I talked about Sabbath keeping, salvation, and what did I talk about? Testimonies. And I know from the start it's just been something else, like it's parallel to what I actually said in my description. I found something on the way. That's poetry. So what is poetry to me? Poetry is poetry for me has been an amazing thing. It's been a therapeutic way of healing myself when I least knew that it was what it was, is what it is right now. So what I can say is that poetry is a place that I can be vulnerable. Like I can lay forth my vulnerability and just get to be me. So poetry has been a very good place for me. And this story for my poetry interactions started the moment when I was accepted into Levi Mwanawasa University, which I will show you at some point. I know I've been promising you, I think in the last video for my first experience in Shani, first vlog, blah 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 blah. I think in that one I told you I was going to show you around school and I did not. My apologies, my most sincere apologies. I'll make it up to you guys. I will, trust me, I will. I will make it lit. It will be memorable. You know me, trust me. When I say you say So you guys, today I actually have a lot of examples that I can give to show that when you are doing poetry, it's not that easy. You need to practice regularly so that you get used. Otherwise, it's not easy. So I'm shooting this video on the request from someone special. Her name is Chilufia. I think I'll just drop a pic somewhere so that you see her somewhere. So she requested me to shoot this video, like to So because she was like, being a poet is really hard. How do you guys manage to do your poetry? No, you sound so good, you do it perfectly. It's not easy. That's the best thing I get. It's not easy. It takes practice, like continuous practice, and it also requires you to have someone you can look up to, someone who you can at least learn some skills from. The sun is burning me. Yeah, actually before this I was looking at the flowers there. Yeah, so don't really mind. But then the sun is really scorching me, and I think I'll just, yeah, I don't know. But guys, poetry is just an evangelical way of actually spreading the gospel in some way. So yeah. So the first thing that I can actually give to poets, being a poet is not really all about having a big voice, you know, like having all the confidence. No, yes, you need it, but then if you are starting, start from wherever you are starting. Whether it's a small voice, you will find your style. That's you, that's your voice, that's your story. Just start from there. Like, just get rolling, because everyone has got a different story to tell, and that's just the truth. So you don't expect, as you start, you don't expect everyone to like your voice. You don't expect everyone to like what you're doing. Actually, maybe out of the 10 people, only 1/3 of the people will love you. That's just the truth. 1/3 of the people. You can just imagine how frustrating it is. Because I mean, personally, when I started this channel, it was a little bit hard. I just had 1 subscriber for close to a month, and I was like, okay, am I really doing the right thing? I almost gave up, but then I realized, I was like, oh, it's all about patience, it's all about consistency, it's all about the resilience, the ability to bounce back. Even if things are not moving the way you want them to move, you just have to bounce back. And that's what I did. In that first subscriber, Limakaza Nankamba, you guys, I cherish this girl. And then along the way, I had Kimi, I had Drain the poet, I had Josh the poet. Now I have a lot of family and friends. I have a lot of different people alive with poetry. I appreciate you guys. I don't know how I can even say it. So let me get into the business before I even continue with all this. At the end of this video, I'm going to put just a short clip of my small something for you guys. I'm hopefully you watch till the end so that you don't miss it out. Because if you just go, you miss it out. That's your fault. Me, don't even come to me and say, hey, so in my comment section. No, don't come say, no, the video. No, it's at the end, but not really at the end. So if you actually just jump from here and go to the end, that's your own fault. You miss the thing that is in the middle, somewhere. So just stay here. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to hit the like button. Don't forget to share the video if you feel like it can help someone out there who is a poet, or at least they're starting to. So the first thing, first things first. Get it rolling. That's get it writing. Written. Get it written. Get it rolling. Get it. Get it written. Get it written. That's the first one I can give you. Like, just get an application, get a notepad, start writing. The second thing, be motivated to write it. In as much as motivation does not last longer, but just have the motivation. Like, just have the motivation. And to actually get going with the poetry, be disciplined. What do I mean by be disciplined? Set some goals. You guys, it's not going to be easy. Set some goals. Tell yourself that you need to do this thing by the end of that. Everything that you'll be writing is a project. Take it like it were your last. Pour your heart in. If you have to cry, cry. Okay, not everyone can actually do spoken word because, you know, stage fright and everything. I'll show you the video that I actually did.
The dove I see comes to make us stand out. Alas, it comes with the flame ablaze. I feel it wash over our souls like the rains of old in Noah's days. I feel it burning in us non-stop like the bush that caught fire when Moses saw the Lord. Fire and ice don't go. Fire and ice are parallel. Fire and ice are incompatible.
It was pathetic, but I told myself I'm going to learn from that video and improve on my mistakes. You get? So that's what it's all about. If you make a mistake, learn from your mistake. Don't actually just say, no, I don't want to go back on stage, because no. If you don't get yourself exposed to the people, how will you get used? There is no way. So the only way is actually to get vulnerable before the audience and let them feel what you've written. You get? Be authentic. Be real. And then embrace yourself. You guys, what I would tell you is that if you have a small voice, if you feel insecure about your voice, it's okay. It's okay to feel insecure. But one thing I can tell you is that in whatever you do, it has to start with you. People cannot love you. People cannot love what you do if you don't love yourself, if you don't love what you do first. That's one thing I'll tell you. Find something that is a bit soft that would go with the voice. Just embrace your voice. Love your voice. I will tell you this, there is no voice like yours. It's unique. No wonder it's yours alone. I mean, if I had a big voice, I would still embrace it. Yeah, I would still embrace it, cause it's mine. Ooh. Pardon me. Whenever it just gets into me, I sing. So you should get used by now. The next video, I even sing from A to Z. Won't suffer now, no. And then actually my tongue in me. You guys, being a Tonga is nice. It's really nice. Otherwise, I think let me get into my, my native accent, because this one is kind of failing me. So yeah, don't compare yourself to others, okay? Just be real to yourself. I know there will be poets who are a little bit better than you are. There will be poets who will challenge you. They will challenge you to an extent where you feel like you're not good enough. But no, you guys, no, let me get back to my accent. I beg, this is not mine. This is not my. Please, I cannot trade my own for another. No, join my sister. I love this lady, you guys. I love her so much. It's the same. So even if they challenge you, even if they make you feel like you're not good enough, practice. Do it anyway, because if you don't, someone else will tell your story. Would you want that? No. Get your story to be heard. Guys, I don't know what's wrong today. My tongue. It's failing me. You guys, let me show you these 2 videos. No, let me show you 4 different videos. 4 different videos. I want you guys to see something. In these videos, I have Cherry, I have Luyando, I have Billy, I have Mizinga. These 4 people. These people, I met them when I went to Levi at the school where I am. Yeah. These guys are poets. There are a lot of different poets, but I just found, I just managed to find these videos. Otherwise, I was going to show you everyone, if it was possible, if you were going to allow me. But yeah, I know I have time on my side, but Sasa guys, the sun is really scorching me. So yeah, I'll put these videos. I want you guys to see. These 2 guys, Billy and Mizinga, they said the same poem but in different styles. You get? The other one sang it, the other one said it by reciting it. So I want you to also see the way Leando did her poem. She was showing the emotion, you get? And then Cherry also, with this thread. I love that poem. Cherry, I love that poem. I don't know if you ever get to see this, but yeah, I really love that poem. And I love you guys' poems. They're really amazing. So yeah, let's just go ahead and I show you this.
I'll have the strength to restart, to be smart, and never from the Lord depart. From this thread I'll find peace. Pain will cease.
Even though my heart crumbled down. No, I'm not a loser, for I was trained to be a soldier. It is only to the cross I should draw closer, for only in the cross can I find my enclosure.
Preach poetic peace, practice what I would preach perfectly protection for the poorly powered, promote probity for the people's propriety, advocate against the angst of moral degradation for my Christian nation, trample on the rocks that block democracy from rocking sea in the speed of a screenshot, outsling shoot police of
vibes. Let's come together in one accord. We are one. Countrymen and women, wake up, don't delay. National unity and patriotism is our cry today. Cut the crap and drop your
So I'm pretty
ego.
sure you've seen the poems, you guys, and I hope you've learned something. Like, hope you've learned something, that we as poets have got different forms of saying our poems. We've got different styles. Be you, exude yourself, love your voice, love yourself, love your work. That's what it's all about. It's about you. It's not about other poets. No. Yeah, so I feel like I'm melting. Whew. Just be grounded to your style. You get? Yeah. And then know your poem. You guys, poetry is not all about memorizing and then you forget. No. In as much I do that, I forget. Every time I went on stage, I forgot the poems. And that's when I actually realized that, oh, you have to know the poem. It's all about memorizing. Because if you memorize, and then there was a commotion in the audience, when they told you to resume where you were actually reciting, you would have forgotten. You would have forgotten the poem, you see? So it's actually better if you know the poem, so that if you were to continue after a commotion or whatever, you would still say it perfectly well. So, know the poem. Know the audience you're going to give the poem to. What vibe is there? What vibe are you going to get? And when you're on that stage, it's yours. There is no one else but you. Feel like you are the only one there, and you're just talking to whatever that poem is talking about. Just feel like you are the two of you in that place and nobody else. Woo! Be confident, and as you are being confident, you can mimic other poets as you are trying to find yourself. So have a role model, have someone you can look up to, have a mentor, someone who can tell you what to do and what not to do when things are a bit spicy, I can say, but yeah, not necessarily. But yes, find someone you can talk to, someone who can help you on this journey, because you guys, it's not easy. There will be times when you make mistakes. You know, not everyone is the same. In as much as I make the same mistakes on stage over and over, and then I'll still go, someone would not do that. We are different people. I understand. For someone like you, maybe you'd be in my shoes and then you tell yourself, I'll never say the poem again. People didn't even snap. People were just on their phones. Have you ever felt like that? I mean, I have, you know, at some point, but then I told myself, I was like, no. If one person heard the poem, it's enough. I don't need the whole audience to actually hear it. If one person, at least one person out of the hundreds, it's enough. It's enough. At least I got something. Okay, so be confident. Just be confident. And even as you are mimicking other poets, find your own style. They're just there to be your role model, to show you how it's done. You learn something, at least learn one or two things, but then don't change your style completely and become them. No, learn something. Just learn something from them. We all know that poets are intellectuals who challenge people's thinking patterns. You get? Poetry is just that bowl of words that just comes with heavy words. You know, there are times when I get told, here's all the words that you use are too big, and I'm like, I'm sorry. So I think I've got 10 years. You know, every time I need to move with the dictionary, not necessarily, but I don't move with the dictionary, but I usually feel like it's a necessity for me. I want to learn new words every day. You know, yeah, I'm just that digger in the dictionary. I'm gonna look up every word you tell me. Am I? I think I will. But yeah, so you guys, spoken word is a form of poetry that deals with societal issues, a lot of societal issues. There's a video that I just recently did talking about street kids. Not necessarily, like, it's not complete. That's just the beginning. excuse me, I think I'm going to continue working on it. I'll make it my project now and find something. I'm going to file up something and just make it complete, because it's not complete. I was really touched when I was this fateful day, me and my lovely sweetheart, I call her my sweetheart, I'll show you one day. Yeah, but to sweetheart says to nile busiku when is chidufia bope. Yeah, though there's a name she doesn't like, so I won't even say it. So because you beat me, sweetheart, don't beat me, but yeah. So the thing is that we were out there on the street getting one or two things, and then when we were done, we were in the bus waiting for the for people to fill up the bus so that we start off. So I saw this woman with her daughter. She was seated and she was actually, I don't know what you call those drugs, but yeah, she was really sniffing in them and everything like that. So I was really shocked because I've never really seen that. Okay, yes, I see it in movies, but then I've never seen it one-on-one. I was like, okay, what's happening? What's going on? The kid was behaving awkward, rather. She really looked drugged a bit, I can say. That's not an offense. She really looked drugged, and I was like, okay, what's going on here? I was disturbed because even my sweetheart saw it and she was like, sweetheart, what's wrong? And I was like, no, I've never really seen this. I didn't grow up being exposed to this because I grew up in a boarding school, so it wasn't things that I was exposed to. And when I come back home for a holiday, I would always be in the house. I don't like being outside. Yeah, so it's one of those things. And when I saw, I was like, okay, so this is really happening, and I was like, I'm going to write something about it. And so I'm actually challenging you, my darling poet, my darling poets, to please, if you see something that has touched your heart, release it on paper. Poetry is just the best place to do that. No one will criticize you. No one will look down on you for doing that. And no one will even laugh at you. It's what you're feeling. It's what you're feeling inside. So please, get rolling. Just put it on that piece of paper, put it on that application, write it. It's what it is, the beauty of it. The sun has really burnt me, guys. I've really been burnt. But at least I've gotten some vitamin D. I don't know how true that is, but yeah. Anyway, so that's that. My other advice would be in as much as you are a poet, writing, critique, and performance are things that roam together in poetry. You always find people who challenge you by criticizing you. So if people criticize your poetry, it's okay. They're trying to make you a better person. Don't get frustrated and say, oh, this is just what and this is just shiny and what. No, it's okay. Because even as you will be performing, there will be a lot of mistakes that you make. Guys, standing before people is something that is hard. I'll not lie to you. It's hard. It's really hard. You get. So, just embrace yourself and do what you can at the moment. Just what I can say is that find something that can keep you absorbed in the moment. Like, don't really look at the audience. Because if you look at the audience, your mind to turn upside down. You start asking yourself, but I heard it rolling. I was really like getting somewhere there, and then the idea just snapped. They went, oh, and then you start crying. It's normal. It's normal. I've done mistakes several times, as you've seen in that video. Something else. So you guys, this is all I had for you. Thank you so very much. And even as I am actually saying bye, which hurts my heart, it breaks my heart when I have to say goodbye. I don't know, but I gotta say goodbye anyway. See you next time. Not yet. We'll see you next time. So yes, so another thing that I wanted to talk about is that if you have any comments, please, if you have any questions, or maybe you have other ideas that I might have left, please leave them in the comment section. Someone will just scroll through and find them somewhere there. Yeah. And then I also want to say thank you guys for the support that I've been getting so far. It's really, it's amazing having you guys here because you keep me going. Yeah. I didn't even know that I would reach 50 something subscribers anyway. When I first had my first subscriber, I was like, oh, so it's going to take me years just like this. But surprisingly, I have you guys keep me going every now and then, and that's what's important. They say you're gonna be amazing. You gotta be you. You gotta tell your story and nobody else. You gotta tell your story. You gotta tell it even if you don't want to. Ooh. Okay, so this is all I had for you guys. Otherwise, thank you so very much for watching. And this is Chainama Hospital. It's just in front of Levi Mwanawasa. So this is the next video I'll actually show you guys. Not really this, but something behind this. I love you. Take care. Mwah.